Welcome to the Pep Talk. It is our last show of the year of 2024. Can you believe it?
No.
Let's go. I'm so excited. It's holiday season, which means lots of drinking. This is my version of a hot toddy, but Ryan thought it was strawberry milk.
Oh, what is it?
I was about to ask what's that white foamy stuff on top. Talking about Ryan.
Strawberry milk.
Well, because I add peppermint, and the only peppermints I could find was Starlight peppermint, and so when they melt, they turn.
Not the artificial flavor and coloring.
Oh,
That's awful.
But it's mostly whiskey. It's mostly whiskey.
We know.
Okay.
oh, wow.
Look, it is everybody's getting sick. Okay, people are coughing, sneezing.
It's
all
changing
that.
weather.
Exactly, and I'm trying to stay ahead of it. I'm actually not sick. I just like the taste of it. But
You're just trying to stay ahead of the game. I understand. You know,
Yeah.
I'm glad you understand, because I sure don't.
I mean, I wouldn't have been drinking it, but you know, hey, that's me.
It tastes
That's
good.
me.
It tastes good. I'm just
And all you have in it is whiskey and peppermint, no honey, no lemon.
It's got honey and lemon. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
You
got
don't
all
have no
those things in
ginger?
it. No ginger. But the peppermint is what's giving it that pink color that it shouldn't have. It's that
Oh,
candy.
yeah, it probably would have.
Oh.
I would have been looking at
Ryan
it
was
side
right.
by
It's
too.
strawberry whiskey.
I-
With a
It's the foamy.
peppermint flavor.
It's got a peppermint
yes.
foam at the top.
Yes. So you might notice, viewers, that we are now two sisters.
Just that fast.
It was like, bam.
Yeah.
Well,
We went Jenny style for real.
Tracy, we knew because Tracy got called away literally right before the show started. Tracy got called away for an emergency, and then I don't know if Sean just got bad internet out there in Georgia, somewhere,
Sean.
but
I
In
don't
her
know.
area, I never
Yeah.
forget she used to talk so bad about me being in the country. Right.
she did. You're gonna have to get on.
Hey, you
Ooh,
got to
Wow,
come
you
up,
got
Sean.
it.
You got to get with
shade.
the program.
Oh, wow.
Look, we had the Spectrum people had to come out to our house today too because our internet kept going out. He said we had 537 disruptions in our internet. Oh, she back. Look at her.
Hey,
We
girl.
have about 600,000 or 700,000 disruptions. There's no way the internet is fiber. It's a
Yeah, because look at that little head peeping around the corner. I see her. Round the corner.
Talking about, hey, I just want to say hello.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Hey,
Welcome
cutie.
to the show. We have a special guest.
I mean, this show has just gone completely off the rails and we didn't even start it.
Correct. Correct. We have not started, and it is going what? It's gonna be a great night. It's gonna be a great night.
Yes, y'all. Again, this is our last show of 2024. So leave us a comment or a question during the show. We love to interact with our viewers. We'll answer whatever you want to know within reason. But Sean, go ahead and kick it off for us tonight. What we starting off with?
Well, sugar pie honey bun. We're gonna talk about nephew and this Heisman. First of all, congratulations to Travis Hunter. Let's just clap it up.
Yes. Great job, Travis.
Good, yeah. Okay, now we
I got
got
a
Oh,
question before you
Yes, you
start.
can.
Shayna, what was that look?
I'm still trying to figure out what the turtleneck was about. But go ahead. We'll talk about that later.
okay. I'm more concerned with the attendees than I am the turtleneck. And so I've gone down the rabbit hole today on the internet, and nephew went on a rant and said he been dating his fiance for 5 years, and y'all need to shut up and leave him alone because she drunk herself to sleep last night, sobbing and crying about all the mean things that the people on the internet were saying about her. and y'all don't know her. Y'all just started following her after y'all found out about him in football, but he been with her for 5 years and he know who he with. Excuse me. So I say all that to say, I know his mama. Because there's no way your mama can sit back and see the stuff that we seeing and she don't feel away. And I, at this point, it's kind of like I've seen so many warnings, even from like old heads in the industry, old athletes, kind of trying to say, hey, he young, he in love. Then I seen some people that said they went to high school with him, and this is his real first girlfriend. When the whole thing broke out, they have a YouTube channel, and on the YouTube channel, in a couple interviews, she talked about how she was never initially attracted to him, and she like left him on read or something like that for a couple months. She wasn't initially physically attracted to him, and so I'm interested to see or understand what the attraction, like how did the attraction grow. But one of the things that was more startling to me is I watched their episode actually about a month or two ago, because I always follow Dion and his athletes. Well, I have, since he's made his break into college football. And I saw an episode that really made me feel a way, and I was a little concerned.
Uh-oh. Yeah, come on.
He and his mom relocated to nearby where I live for him to go to high school from Miami. And her family lives in South Georgia, in Savannah. To Savannah and surprised his mother with a new home, so that they don't have to split their time between families when they're wanting to visit family, so she could be close by his fiance's family. So the mom didn't ask to move from Atlanta, for one. For two, whoever said she wanted to live in Savannah? And why does your situations with how you split your time and visit your friends and family impact where this lady lives? And so in that moment, it was almost like she sounded ungrateful if she didn't care, she didn't appreciate the gesture. But then on the flip side of it, to me, it says he's in a sunken place. What y'all think? Because I'm over it today.
Well, well. He said he in love.
A lust.
Oh, look. It may just be love.
Or without the VE.
Okay. Without the VE or the ST.
Oh.
He may just be. I don't know. I go ahead, Crystal. Maybe you got something for this.
Well, listen to what Sean just said. I did hear him state that the relationship started 5 years ago. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that I heard another podcast member talk about, that they actually stated: the more you push him to her, the more he going to be pushed with her. And so at some point, as media, we have to just step back and let him do his thing, because we know from past history, from past players, from future players, that sometimes they just get sucked into things and don't know that they're sucked into it until, like my grandma would say, the grits hit the fan. And then all of a sudden, they come back down to reality and realize it. What they thought was good just ain't as good as they want it to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with Chris on that. I'm just gonna say, as we like to say in the community, if he like it, I love it. Oh,
yes.
He like it. If you like it, I love it.
If
He like it. I'm all kinds of annoyed with it, but you know what? There's nothing I can do about it. I can only voice my opinion. What happens is I can see the end coming from a mile away, because we obviously have lived long enough to understand where this goes.
Definitely.
And every time I think about it, the only thing I can think, and as much as I love this person, I can just see Tyrese crying in the phone, because he seems like a very passionate person and he seems like he's in love. But that meme of Tyrese, what do you want from me, is all I could think about. And a couple years, and it's just like, as his mom, I just wonder.
Well, look, it's like Chris said, the more you try to break, it's like any teenager that's in love, or people that think they love, the more you try to push, the closer it's gonna push them together. So some people have to learn the hard way, and who's
Most
to say that
definitely.
it's gonna end the wrong way? I don't know, but I'm just
I
saying.
think that's what we have to be prayerful about, that it doesn't end the hard way, that you
Yeah.
just, maybe this is a phase that you just have to get over. You have to see it. I don't understand why conversations aren't had
Yeah.
from previous. I think that's your problem right there. Can these previous men talk about it so that it doesn't happen to the upcoming? And
Well,
they can say, "Oh,
let's
go
start
ahead."
with the number one pick quarterback last year that Carolina Panthers had in the situation that he went in. Remember, they kept saying that his relationship is what caused his downfall with his bad games that he had with Carolina Panthers. That was a talk. But we got to understand.
Carolina could have kept that talk because Carolina was hard.
But it wasn't Carolina
Yeah.
that was talking that. It wasn't Carolina that was talking that. It was media that actually was talking that.
Probably the media from
Well,
Carolina.
social media, rather. I won't say media,
Right.
but
They
social
probably
media
was
actually
talking it because they thought he was gonna really
actually
come
talking
in
it.
big. He wasn't gonna do nothing big if he had trash when he came down.
But I got another thing to say about that. We must say, Travis, congratulations. Congratulations for
I
your
don't want to
win,
take
because
it
you
away
did get
from
that
you.
win. You deserve that win. You work hard for it.
Mhm.
And we just hope that what you earned in your collegiate years, that you will be able to continue to earn in your pro years as you grow older. With him in his not receiving yards that he had, his touchdown that he had, and to say that a lot of this game started from a HBCU.
Mhm.
Yeah.
From his story starts HBCU. So
Yeah.
congratulations, Travis. We wish you the best.
Mhm.
And whatever the outcome is between you and your personal life, please don't let it affect you in your pro life, in your business life, because that's
That's
gonna
all.
be your business. That's
That's
gonna
all.
be your business. Yes.
I
That's
mean,
all.
look,
'Cause I
we
think too. I
Go
think
ahead.
I totally agree with what you guys are saying. I definitely don't want to see it end bad. I just kind of feel like the writing's on the wall. But in the same token, just don't let it impact your business. And I saw some of the people talk about how much they paid for tickets to go in and take photos with him, and that they were uncomfortable. And so that's the type of thing when we're talking about having these type of conversations about somebody's significant other. While it does not matter a ton, that's the part that does matter, because your likability, like that's your brand. You are your brand. And so people will like you based on who you surround yourself with and who you have in your space. And so when I'm looking at you receiving a Heisman, and I'm gonna get off my soapbox with this, and the coach has to remind your fiance to stand up and clap, or I'm seeing you take photos with paying fans, and you're asking, well, what am I supposed to do? Just sit here? First of all, that's not even a moment for you to be speaking. You should shut up. And you should be speaking after they're no longer there in their presence. And so those are my only auntie concerns.
Yeah.
I'm obviously just from the outside looking in. I'm only going to go by what I can see and what I can hear with my own eyes and my ears. And so I just don't want that side to impact him. I honestly have to feel deep down inside that, he has people in his corner that are probably telling him some of the similar things that we're saying, or probably in a different way.
Mhm.
They obviously know more than what we know. I just would like to be able to see him be that all-around athlete that he is able to be. He's an amazing human. He's done really well academically. And I just want that small piece of his life to impact it in a way that we all kind of feel like we've seen it before a million times over. And so that's just my opinion.
Not Tracy hopped off set after I brought her on.
In the
Viewers,
That's
I know. I just knew she had something to say, but I have to agree. Yes, the young lady must. You have to know your place first of all, because when you are dealing with someone, with such high caliber, you can't be like, oh, where do I fit in at?
not
Down
about you.
here until you get home.
Hush.
Down here until you get home.
Or
Yeah.
go be at home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and she have to be confident, and she have to be comfortable within herself. So if she don't have any confidence, like, okay, I'm the best thing in here anyway, I don't care how many pictures you take with fans, I'm confident with me. So there's a lesson that has to be learned from both ends, from her end, you know what I'm saying, as well as from his end. But go ahead, Tracy. You was finna say something.
I just want to add, I don't know if you guys already discussed this part,
Probably.
but I think that she needs her own PR person. And he either need to hire another PR person, or because obviously they didn't have that conversation before any of this got before the glow up, even in Jackson State. And they said, of course, Jackson State, he didn't get as much of publicity as he's getting
Correct.
in Colorado, right? So that's kind of like the obvious. But as of right now, she definitely needs. I'm not gonna speak on whether or not he needs to be with her and all that good jazz, because that's too personal for me. But as far as being in the public eye, she needs to take some classes, or she needs someone to put her back in check.
Right.
Obviously, that person is not him, because he's having these words back and forth too, and they're being filmed. You feel what I'm saying? For the public eye. So she definitely, and that's where I don't like her, the backlash coming on and all that. Like I said, it's personal. I don't know, what they doing, and he give her a lot of accolades, but from what we have seen these past couple of months,
they both. I feel like Dion somebody that's been in this situation, that's been a young superstar, that's had a lot of scrutiny from the media on them, and has walked this walk, needs to pull both of them to the side and be like, look, you are about to, and honestly, when he does get drafted, it will happen. There will be team communications people that not necessarily going to pull her to the side, but will definitely try to help him out, especially if he is trying to achieve superstar status in the NFL. They will give him media coaching. They're going to do all that because there's a lot of money behind it. But she definitely needs, and when she gets into the WAG culture, which around some of the other wives and the girlfriends, she's going to figure it out quick. And it might be, hopefully for her sake and his, it's not a bumpy road, but they will definitely give her the game.
Honestly, she needs a bumpy road, because I think, and honestly, from what I'm seeing and what I can gather, she's going to need somebody to give her some hard truth.
Yeah.
Because now she thinks that in her mind, she thinks that she's running it, and she's not running it.
Running him. Yeah.
No, she don't. She's not. And she's
not gonna run him, and she's not gonna run it.
The internet is forever. And she will forever get clowned. Forever.
And you won't be able to live that down. And one of the things too that I chalk this up to is that they're young, right? So obviously they have some things to learn about media training, but it's your attitude, right? It's your attitude and your willingness to learn. I don't know how willing she is to learn, because I don't know really much about her. But if I could break down the show in his acceptance speech, from more of a psychological standpoint, and the things that I saw in that speech, I understand more while this relationship is so valued for him, just based off of some of his circumstances and his life's experience.
Exactly.
Some of those things, like a lot of the unspokens, were so loud in his acceptance speech. And I know we could probably go on and talk about, some of the things, but the speech was, everybody was so emotional, and we appreciated it all. And the therapist and me listened to that and was like, oh my goodness, this is more than what we're even listening to right now. You understand what I'm saying? And so I think there's a larger picture, and sometimes in that we cling to relationships and things that are familiar, or that feel different and safe to us. And so I'm not saying that that's what it is. I'm not trying to diagnose him with anything or say that that's the case, but the unspoken words that he said that were not said in his speech were very loud, is what I'm going to say.
Mhm.
So I just, like Shane said, I hope, with all of the resources, they have IOs, which are industrial organizational sites in the league, that work with these families and will couple with them to help them understand really the stage that they're entering on, And so there's just so many different resources that he's going to have access to. I do believe that this will change because he's, coming from Colorado and Jackson State, it's going to be night and day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, for both of them, I think, especially for her, it's going to be interesting. And I feel bad because it's like they're saying, please respect our relationship, please do this, please do that. But it's like they also are courting the spotlight at the same time. It's like, homegirl, like you need to figure out what part you want to play in this. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't have,
that's right.
if you're jumping out in front of the camera all the time, making a scene, taking the spot. Like there's been a couple incidents that she's had this season that people have called her out on because it hasn't been a good look for both of them. And honestly, unfortunately, even with the organizational things that are set up, you still have to want to learn and be willing to. Because look, let me tell you, there's a lot of things that happen in the league. They have financial classes. They do all this. They offer all this, but still you have players who are going broke after year, who are not paying their taxes, and it's like, who are driving drunk? When we offer car services, you never should be driving drunk. You see what I'm saying? So there's all these different traps, and there's lots of resources, but you really have to be willing to take advantage of it. So I hope he's smart enough to
I hope so too.
Because he has a great future in front of him, but it can all go
crumble
very quickly.
When we talk about athletes, this is so interesting because I know someone very close to this situation. When we talk about athletes, and I hate to throw names out there like Trent Richardson. Trent was an amazing talent, and look at what happened to Trent when he entered the league.
Yeah,
and I'm not going
to happen to
circumstances entering, but they were very similar. Not in just because his partner was not in the media in this way, but the situations, because who you are connected to sometimes will be, connected to your ending. And so that part is what scares me because he had a promising career. Go ahead, Tracy. I'm sorry.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. It's like I know for a fact that people have been trying to reach out to him personally, and he's saying, no, leave me alone. But it's more like it's her in his ear that is commanding that response at this point because you are too young, too new in this situation to have that response to certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like no.
I'm gonna move it along after this, but I don't know if y'all remember that that one story of it was during draft. I want to say 2017, 2018. I can't remember what it was, but it was a young gentleman who was at home with his family, and the girlfriend was of a different hue. And when they drafted him, she kept trying to like hop into the photo, and the mom kept yanking her.
He snatched that phone.
Yeah, she was like snatching her out of the frame, like, girl, this ain't about you. This ain't your moment. I just remember that draft story, and homeboy only lasted not even a full season in the league. And when you said, Sean, you hope she's not tied to something going bad for him, I just thought of her, and that he didn't even last a full season in the league. After being drafted that high, having your mom having to yoke this girl up out of your draft moment, and now you are working at the local Harvest. So,
he said the local park, bless their heart.
I mean, he tried to be a rapper, but that didn't actually go anywhere either.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It just ended horribly. But let's move along. NFL, the NFL playoffs starting to take shape. Josh Allen, everyone's saying Josh Allen is pretty much a lock for MVP this season. He is putting up stupid numbers. 48-42 victory over the Lions on yesterday. Josh Allen, I think, has put up something like 855 yards in the last 2 weeks.
God, dog. Who he playing? Because they just letting him do whatever. He just running all over them. Pew, 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 pew.
Well, at least he earning it, and he ain't doing like Kermit is. I'm gonna tell you that.
That is so true.
But hey, go on. Talk about Josh, because Josh doing his thing.
That's doing real good.
That is so true. He have to.
Make your mouth up, because you know we ain't up for that. But we up. Josh, he's doing his thing. He's earning his.
He is. I mean,
earning.
he's playing lights out. I really can't even hate on it. As we've already said, like I always have high hopes for the Bills, and then playoff time come and they just walk.
I know, but lately they just seem like they've been on an incline.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he is feeling confident. And they are hopefully they're hitting their stride at the right time. And their situation is looking a lot better. Go ahead.
So I'm just trying to figure out, how did they allow the Detroit Lions to come back in the second half of that game though and get all them points? That the score was only, what was the score, 48-42?
Yeah.
The final score.
They gave up 21.
That was the final score. They gave up 21 points in the second half.
No,
in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, they gave up 21 points.
Like, what happened?
They got to get that defense together, because that game against the Rams, they gave up a lot of points during that one too. So that's
Detroit is down 16. They have 16 people on their injured list. They have started 29 players. How in the world?
But you got to think about
this season.
Excuse me, Detroit Lions for the past 2 seasons have been dominating. They last year they missed playoff. I think like one game.
Crystal. We talking about people that they didn't pull from.
Yeah,
folks from the XFL to come over here and play for Detroit, and they still beating up on these people. What's going on?
I said by time they ain't done nothing since Barry Sanders, and look how long he had been gone before Detroit actually picked back up in the game.
I mean, Detroit, unfortunately for them, I thought that they were going to probably go back to the NFC Championship this year based on how they were playing through like the first 10 games, but they have been decimated by injuries. We just learned today that star running back David Montgomery suffered an MCL. He's out for the season. They done lost Aiden Hutchinson, Lee McNeil. Like, they are without so many of their key players on both offense and defense.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Wow.
It's not looking good for them. I don't know who else they have left to play. Who they gonna play? Pep?
He may beat him by walking fast, because he love walking fast, but he gonna do nothing else. He gonna catch no ball.
Baby, he gonna be the water boy. Gatorade.
Yeah. It's not good. It's not good for them. They lost, like I said, they lost 4 players just yesterday in the game yesterday. They lost 4 players.
I didn't know that.
What?
That's not good. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But moving on to another team that kind of seemed to get into a groove yesterday. That team that you like to cheer from Philadelphia.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
I can say, like Jalen Hurts said at his post interview, what he said. So what else y'all got to talk about?
Right.
Jalen is full of ish, okay? And I'm gonna say it just like that. Jalen, shut up. And I love Jalen with your Shamar Moore looking self. But him
with them thick eyebrows.
With them thick eyebrows, but them caterpillars on his face. But I'm gonna say this. Stop trying to pretend like the media is creating some kind of narrative about all the nonsense that's going on in Philadelphia. Y'all got issues. Stop trying to like people just creating this out of nowhere. You got teammates getting in front of the camera talking about, yeah, they ain't friends no more, and then retract. Like, we know something going on. So stop trying to make it seem like everybody creating something out of nothing. Give me a break, Jalen.
Jalen said, what y'all got to talk about?
Jalen
they won that game. It was a good game, though.
I don't really think that it's not an issue because I do believe that when you have teammates, everybody's not gonna always agree, right? But I don't believe you always agree. But I don't appreciate you coming at my man like that, talking about you tired of him and his caterpillar eyebrows and all
Oh,
this.
here she go. I done told you can't be.
So I just really want you to back down a little bit off of that because they might have a little ruffle, a little ripple in their little relationships, but they figuring it out because they teammates.
But that don't mean we can't talk about it.
Just because you they teammates don't mean they always get along. I just don't think. I feel like it's one of these moments where your mama said, "Well, go on in my house, stay in my house." I feel like his teammate was out of pocket to get in front of the media and talk about that when their team wasn't even really doing that bad. They just had some off nights. And so that was a conversation they should have had in the closed room, like they ultimately did with Nick Sirianni. But that's just my 2 cents.
We've been talking before even the teammate came out and said that we've been talking about how the Eagles don't look like the Eagles. AJ Brown ain't doing what he need to be doing.
We
Like,
did.
they ain't got nobody to kick.
Right. I get it.
Hello.
But why is everybody blaming Jalen on it, though, is what I want to understand.
Because you the one getting out there tomorrow morning talking about y'all got something to say now with all attitude, all sedity and highfalutin. We don't
Well,
say
Sean,
something.
he's the captain. So the captain
Exactly.
always got, it's just like the
Well,
president. They
you
always
know,
got to take the heat.
I got y'all, but after they won, do y'all got something to say? Is what he asked. So do we or do we not? Is you?
Why are your eyebrows so thick?
Because that's how his woman not complaining.
That is so true. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that y'all are just sitting over here fussing about Jalen and AJ Brown.
Hey, I got one question. While we talking about Jalen and that, hey, what y'all think about old retiree that decided he want to go to North Carolina?
Oh, Belichick.
Yeah.
What you say that man name was?
Check. Because that's what they're gonna do. Bill him a check.
Billy go for
Billy check.
Build the check.
Build the check.
$1 million.
How North Carolina gonna say Matt Brown old and then go to a coach older than Matt Brown? Like y'all have to make up your minds.
And how in the world is Nick Saban gonna say he getting too old for this? But Belichick is coming in and he older. And he done got him a new contract and a new team in his first time. Like, let's be so for real, Nick.
Girl, I thought you was finna say he had a new girlfriend.
That's what I thought about when I'm sorry. That's the first thing I thought about when he decided to go to North Carolina. Because the one his last girlfriend, like 20-some years old.
His current girlfriend is 26 years old.
27, get it right.
So you rather go back to preschool to the preschool students?
He's trying to stay young. Y'all want him to work with college boys.
It's you and Bubblicious. What's going on?
Tracy and that goal.
Baby, she killing it, ain't it?
Now, no, I'm chewing gum. You can't hear it.
Yes, we can.
We sing it.
But no.
Look, it's all over your face. You about to look like a little kid.
We hear you popping that gum every time you go off mute and you say
and
something.
Then now she muted. Ain't no need to mute.
You got a big white bubble on your face. We can see it.
There's something wrong with y'all.
No, when you go back and look at this podcast, you're gonna be like, y'all should have told me why y'all ain't tell me I was doing that.
It's in the comments. Look down now. It's definitely in the comments.
I mean, baby, she is chewing. I mean, something serious too. That girl must.
What y'all mean? What? Don't let them people stress you out, girl.
That's right. That's right. Welcome back.
You could have just went and got you a glass of wine or something. Just get you a glass of wine.
I know she got a bottle in that refrigerator.
Hey.
So yeah, they gave him a $10 million contract.
10 million? He billed me the check.
You don't need no check. Bill and those crop top sleeveless sweatshirts.
His muscle sweatshirts. His muscle sweatshirts.
Golly. I'm like, Melissa, 10 million?
First of all, honestly, I think he took this job. This is what I think. He took the job to get his son into the coaching game. and this is going to be a good setup for his son to get a head coaching job down the line. That's what I think is happening, because I don't think, I mean, look, Bill Belichick is an even bigger control freak than Nick Saban. Okay, that's who Saban learned it from. So you talking about somebody like Bill Belichick is the reason why in the NFL we can't even talk to rookie players. He literally set that standard of rookie players don't talk to the media, period. Like, you can't talk to them. I don't see him being able to navigate this NIL space. I don't see it. Coaches don't have as much control over college students as they did in the past. I don't see it working.
And you know what?
I heard the talk.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Sean.
I was just gonna say to your point, you saying he's setting the stage for his son, but just a couple weeks ago, everybody was complaining about Brownie playing in the NBA, and so I just really want us to be for real about everything that's happening around us, and I want people to just be aware. It's just like, there you go.
Well, what I was gonna say is,
what was that?
She don't know. She have no idea, and she ain't even looked up not one time. I mean, looked at over the glasses, not through the glasses, but over the glasses.
Because I missed it.
Miss Gwen's wall, but it's okay.
Who? Miss who? Who is that? At least you could have said Miss Westlake. Who you said?
Miss Gwen's wall. That's what the kids call her on the Cosby Show.
Who is Griswold?
Somebody she calling me. Come on, go in. Come on.
I ain't the only one that's been drinking whiskey tonight. I'm apparently
I haven't had no whiskey. Anyway,
yeah, you had something that sweet tea. You had a Long Island, or a Short Island, or something.
Look at her gonna pull out that cup.
Barbie.
Yeah. So let's start looking at the playoff picture. So you got the Eagles. The Eagles are pretty much at the top of the NFC East, so they're definitely in. Yesterday, Seattle's loss kind of knocked them completely out of the playoff picture, which is absolutely insane. That they have that record. They're not out completely, but as of right now, they are out. You got who else? The Detroit Lions are in on the NFC. Minnesota clinched their playoff spot. The NFC South, baby, somebody gotta win. Which one of y'all want to win? Somebody try to win.
Ain't nobody. Nobody.
Wait, who
no
in the
Saints,
South?
no Falcons, no Carolina, no Jacksonville, nobody.
The Buccaneers are at the top right now.
I was gonna say it's gonna be the Buccaneers.
Can somebody tell me who?
Team?
I'm sorry.
Go
ahead, honey.
Like I'm all over. Can somebody tell us an update on the baby that got hurt yesterday in the Miami game?
Oh, Brunson.
What happened? I missed the whole.
He basically took a hard hit to the head, and they said though he is able currently. Grant DuBose. I don't know why I said Brunson. He is currently in the hospital still. But he does have movement in his extremities, is the latest. But he is still in the hospital. They are monitoring.
So is that defensive player gonna get fined? Because they showed fine that defensive player that hit what's called another week.
Trevor Lawrence. When he gave himself up. And that player that got popped last night, when I watched that replay, he did not give himself up. That was not the same scenario. That was a bad hit. But Trevor Lawrence gave himself up in the open field, and they find that man.
So who hit the baby then?
Kalen Bullock from the Texans who hit him. I pray
the baby gets better.
Yeah, I mean he was on the field for like 11 minutes and he was not moving. It was not good. But he like I said, they said that the initial test results are good, that he is moving his extremities. Bullock was penalized for unnecessary roughness, but I haven't
heard no money, huh?
No, I haven't seen a fine or suspension news today, so I don't know. Yeah. Playoffs though.
Well, hey, before we move on, I got one more person to ask y'all about. Why everybody froze?
Nobody froze.
Ain't nobody froze.
Oh, okay. Y'all froze on my end. I got one more person to talk about. Belichick ain't the only one finna make no college money. Did y'all see that?
Mike Vick.
Mike Vick. Let's talk about that good-looking quarterback that came out of Philadelphia and the Atlanta Falcons. Yes.
Tracy,
Baby,
you was
did her
on
eyes
mute.
light up?
Tracy,
Yeah, Tracy, you
on
on mute
mute.
because you popping your bubble.
You look like you want to say something, girl.
I don't know. No, I hadn't heard it.
What was it?
Oh,
Yes, Michael Vick. He is in
Oh, yeah.
consideration for a couple college jobs right now. His
But I
name
thought they announced that he got Sacramento State.
was it Sac State?
That's what I just read.
No, he was talking to them. He's talking to Sac State, Norfolk State. He's in talks at a couple places, but he has not accepted a job.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's going to be interesting.
that is.
Norfolk State for him. I like that start.
Our cousins want him at Sacramento State.
So I
Of
come in.
course. Of
Oh,
course.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it out there now out on the West Coast though. I don't know.
Yeah,
Why you say
we'll
that?
see.
Huh?
Why'd you say
Because you
that?
gotta look for the league that he came from the ACC. The ACC compared to all those leagues out there on the West Coast is a different ball game
Yeah.
to him. Because he came from Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
Oh, Ray Lewis got a head coaching job too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
If that's just moving on up.
But Ray Lewis is not as good looking as Michael Vick. Oh.
You don't think
Wait, what's in your
he don't look as good, but he's a handsome fella.
Not to
Don't
me.
he have a son that's playing in the collegiate league now?
He does.
Or is
He does.
he made it to the pros yet?
And also Ray Lewis hasn't accepted the job. I think he's
he
a
hasn't
favorite for
accepted,
that.
he's still okay. Then yeah.
Same job.
Okay.
But I mean Ray Lewis, I don't know. It's something a little too corny about Ray Lewis that I don't like.
Where?
Does that make sense?
What line?
He always, to me, he speaks in platitudes. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you meet somebody that speaks in like greeting card sentences, you know, it's like it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Like he talks in sentences like that.
He's not believable. Okay,
It's not. It's like phony to me. I'm just like, okay.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
He's speaking in parables.
Yeah, he's speaking in like sound bites. I don't like that. I'm like, just be yourself. Because you know, like you're doing too much right now. Like, give me a break.
Maybe
It
that
may
was
have been
him.
them
Maybe he was
hard
just
hits.
a hype man.
It may have been from them hard hits that he gave.
That could be. Or he could have just been the hype man, one or the other. You know, they only get a little say in.
As you guys know, we are trying to reach 200 subscribers. We are coming up on 1 year of the podcast. Again, this is our last show of 2024. So please go like us, hit that notification bell, leave a comment. You gotta leave a comment because I don't know if you like us if you don't tell us.
If you don't tell us, we gotta know.
We just want you to say something to us.
Oh, wow. Hit it one more time. One more time.
We just
One more
want
time.
you to say something to us.
So how many y'all showing subscribe? I'm showing 117.
17.
We've been sitting at
come on, my
117 for
For
8 weeks.
117 weeks. Jesus.
Wow.
What's really
Did that girl say for 117
No,
weeks?
I can't with her.
Did she say for 117 weeks?
She did.
Look, it is 83 people that show up to the holiday dinners in our family. So I'm sure it's enough of y'all out there to go ahead and like the page. Tracy, I know
spread the word.
Your fan club, spread the word amongst your fan club because y'all know Tracy got a fan club.
She do. I don't know why
Oh,
she don't
she
shut
do.
up.
And she's trying her house. Who's she flirting with over
Yeah,
the camera?
I mean, girl, she is in there, ain't it today? Popping that gum and twirling that hair.
Y'all are crazy, man. No, I don't have a fan club. Let me clear
And then
that
she'll
up.
do this,
I know.
No,
strike a pose.
I do not have a fan club.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I wanted to do this because for our last show of the year, y'all, guess what is happening in 9 days?
Oh my gosh.
It's
Oh my gosh.
Child's birthday.
Oh,
Somebody's getting
Happy
older.
birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya.
you know,
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Cause Christmas is your birthday.
He's not paying attention to the director.
It's your
Look.
birthday.
Look at my other fan club up in the back. I like that. Go ahead, my niecey. Go ahead, niecey. See?
Look at Tracy.
it is Crystal's birthday, and to celebrate not only Chris's birthday, but also a close to year one of our show, I have a little video to play. So,
My favorite pep moment was our concert at the fairground when we went to go see Heavy D and the Bones. And Daddy was to come pick us up from the fairground. And at the time, Jerry Curls was a big thing. You know what? Don't be mute me. I don't like this.
I want to say happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Gosh. Krista, did you say Jerry Curls was big back? What did you say?
Big back then. I don't know what that fool had said, but baby, every time I hear her say that, I start crying. My eyeballs start sweating because, honey, let me tell y'all something. If y'all could have seen how angry y'all dad was picking up them kids that he had just dropped off.
Jed.
Yeah.
Was it like 30 minutes?
It wasn't even 30.
Look, that meaning that he dropped him off at the fairground and went around the corner and came right back as if the show was supposed to
And
be
blamed it on Rita.
Chris, every time I see that video, I crack because it's hilarious. Chris, your birthday is on Christmas Day, which I always hated that for you. Christmas is
I did too, Shayna.
Why did you hate it?
because it's like people forget it's your birthday too. I mean, it's Jesus' birthday too, but it's also Chris's birthday. Like
Chris and
and she
Christmas.
get
Where's I get it. I see what was happening with it all.
It's hard to separate. It's really hard to separate.
yeah, because it's like
It's been that
I
way
feel
all
like-
my. It's all right.
I feel like you should get.
I mean,
Here's the question I've always really wanted to ask. What was Tracy doing when your mama was in the hospital in labor with you for Christmas? Like that had to
at
be
home mad, crying because she was missing her Christmas.
Because it was so unfair.
Tracy, I just
Or
That
we
ain't
just
our
came
fault.
in
She should
and
have
disrupted
talked
your
that over with
peace.
Trisha and Pep for Valentine's Day. I ain't do that.
not the day of conception. Wow.
Right.
Right.
I ain't had nothing to do with that.
Crazy.
I didn't
Ooh.
either.
I just know that
That
I
is just
probably had to been bothered with my
so
grandparents who was not gonna allow me to play on their plastic couch because you know that everybody had that piece of plastic on their couch.
cool for your Christmas while your mama was
my
sitting
Christmas.
with the baby. Oh, that's just so traumatic.
Mm.
Oh,
What time in the day did you arrive?
4 day in the morning. My mom said I was it was around by 1 or 2 o'clock
Oh,
in the AM.
So Tracy, you didn't have no parts of Christmas.
No, just so sad.
She was only 2, Shayna. How much of it she
No.
gonna not remember?
I'm traumatized still.
She was 2. What did
I'm
she
gonna need you to go and
at
seek
2?
therapy, ma'am.
Um,
yeah,
uh,
because
a 2-year-old knows. Okay, 2-year-olds know. Trust me.
I was
Not
traumatized.
Tracy. The same way she sleep now, she would sleep then, so she know.
She
Tracy
so
can't
she
remember
do
what we ate
everything.
last week. You talking about some when she was she like, I don't know what I was doing. My mama said.
This is true.
So did they just have all of your presents at your grandparents' house? Like, how did that work?
Yeah. It was
You
it was
had your
not
Christmas
fun time.
after you was home.
Oh, well,
She's with
Yeah.
her favorite grandmama, honey. The one that loved her to death. That will love her the
Both of my
most.
grandparents love me to death.
But that one that you was with, really, because that was baby.
I
Tracy
know,
was her
like,
favorite.
mm,
I
wow.
don't know which one she's talking about, Trey.
I
We'll
know.
talk about it later.
We ain't got to talk about. She know
Rest they soul.
all they parts and they hearts. Yes.
Oh, Tracy was a favorite.
oh,
Well,
no,
Chris,
factory ringtone. What's going on?
What did she say? I know you ain't got the factory ringtone.
Yes.
Is that Tracy with the factory ringtone? That's why she on muted up.
Gonna
No,
go
that's
off on
Sean.
no, Tracy. You're on
That
candid
is true.
camera.
Well, Chris,
Yes.
Chris, how old are you gonna be? 25, 30? How old you turning?
Baby, 25. Ain't that so? Hey, ask my husband.
25 times 2.
Not 25, 22.
Mhm.
Really?
She
Really?
put you out though. She really did.
She did.
Own it.
Well,
You
you look amazing.
Right. It's
That's
some people
it.
out here in the world that's 50 and look like they're 100.
This is true.
I was in this
Tracy
group and they
face.
said, I need the 80s babies to post and show how we are able to stay younger for these young tenders that are obviously aging, faster than us. And so people was posting pictures and some of them was looking like prunes and stuff. And they was like, oh, okay, baby. Your years make sense. This is what the people were saying. It's like a very like raw, like, group or whatever. And so I had put this post up there. And I wanted to say 25 because at my job, I would always tell people my old job, I'm 27. So every time my birthday would come around, I was there maybe like 5 years. They'd be like, girl, how you turn? I'm like 27. Like, I just never left 27. So when I
It ain't
posted
changed. You
Thank
still 27.
27, there you go.
Hey, I agree with that.
I
go with
will
that.
say this. I will say this. Somebody did some kind of, there's like a study. This is scientific that Gen Z, these generations coming after us, they look old a lot younger than us. They're not aging very well. So I'm gonna need y'all to get together. Whatever
Baby, I
it is y'all
dropped my
doing,
baby off to take her ACT this weekend, and I said, these children look like they should be somebody's grandmamas. What's going on?
Yeah,
Where's
they
y'all
I,
kidding?
I thank the Lord that our grandmother gave us that beautiful skin that we age beautifully.
yes,
Yeah.
beautifully.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, because I can say my grandmother didn't. She didn't age until she was slowly leaving Earth. So she looked
Oh.
good all the way up until her
Nice.
her last day.
Yes, Lord.
That
Amen.
sounded like my favorite pimp moment.
Yeah, I know, not Pimp, not off. I can't even get it right. My favorite moment off sport. That baby, you knew we was just trying to figure it out. It's this thing, my favorite Pimp moment. And why was that always a year ago? They don't feel like it was that long
It
ago.
don't feel like you do it.
That was literally our first show when Chris
Yes.
gave us
Yes.
the best viral moment. So thank you, Chris. And happy birthday. And thank you to all of our viewers who have stuck with us over this past year. We have had a blast doing this show. It's also a great time for us to get together as sisters and just laugh and talk, which is great because we're all around the country. So we appreciate you guys. We hope you have a happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And we're going to see y'all in 2025.
Where
Yeah.
is Jubilee?
2025. Chris is turning 50 on Christmas. And a month later, your girls, no, nothing's happening a month later. But anyway, Merry
Girl, go put them to sleep. Because they ain't ready. The people ain't ready. The people ain't ready.
Oh my gosh. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah! Put him to sleep! Put him to sleep!